Hi everyone, it's Shar and welcome back to my channel. Welcome to the first build that I have done in a very long time, and I did this because I am so excited because in my legacy challenge, I am playing the Family Dynamics Legacy Challenge. My sim Harley just got engaged and it is time for the wedding. I wanted to record that part, but I couldn't record the next part of that LP without building Harley's wedding lot because this is her wedding. And if you don't watch that series, Harley is generation 2 of the Family Dynamics Challenge, and she is a gamer. She's very ambitious and she's driven to find success in her career, but perceives herself to be lazy because of the projections of other people. And Harley got engaged to a sim called Taylor, who is actually a B-list celebrity and is super famous. I believe Taylor is a dancer. And because Taylor is very famous, whenever she and Harley go out to like dates and stuff, there's always fans around her passing out. That's not me making that up. That's literally the animation that Sims do when a sim that is above a certain level of fame is around. They'll like scream and pass out. In my mind, Taylor is very sick of the spotlight. Like, she enjoys her career and she loves what she does and she loves being recognized for what she does, but she doesn't like that whenever she goes outside, she's recognized and people are swooning all over her. And she very much loves Harley. And in my mind, Taylor's dream wedding is like a quiet, secluded garden. So the lot that we're actually on as I'm building this is in Tartosa, a world that is quite beautiful, but that I don't particularly love. But this lot itself is very, very isolated. And in my mind, it makes sense that Taylor and Harley would like have a destination wedding in Italy and then honeymoon sometime after that. In my mind, Tartosa is Italy. I'm sure it can be anywhere, but in my mind, that's what it is. So I wanted to have this lot because it has very beautiful views, and I was spinning the lot around when I was initially building to make sure that the wedding arch was going to have the view that I wanted. And this is a blend of both Taylor and Harley's personalities, because Harley's mother, generation 1 of the Family Dynamics Challenge, is a chef who really loved gardening. So Harley has very early memories of her mother doing that, and she's always had this connection to like nature and things that feel warm and inviting, and I think that she would love this. While her favorite color isn't necessarily pink, this is where Taylor's personality comes in. And have you seen those like wedding pictures where they have these long string lights hanging from trees? Those kind of lights don't exist in The Sims. I could make them up, but I actually saw these little garland curtains, which I think came with my wedding stories, that I think worked very well. And then I'm later on able to use some debug lighting to hang those from the trees. And a lot of this video is landscaping because I am creating a garden wedding venue. So of course I'm adding plants everywhere. It does utilize a lot of packs, but that's because besties, packs are expensive. I spent my money on these things, so I want to use them, but I also want to expand to building like base game lots in the future. This just isn't the lot to do that, especially because I'm building my Sims dream wedding video and I wanted some level of privacy. It should be pretty difficult for Sims to get up here, but they spawn in wherever. So I am going to go in and add a like private lot trait, hopefully. But the idea is that at least the ceremony itself would be private, and I love the idea of an outdoor garden wedding. But that means I have to make sure that when I plan the wedding, the weather is actually going to be nice in that area so that Harley and Taylor can have the wedding that I would like. And I'm adding a bunch of these shrubs to create or outline a path because I want to make it clear where Sims walk into this garden wedding and what is going on. I also add in things like lots of music and try to stick to a color scheme. And this just turned out really well in my mind because it matched the image that I had in my head of what I wanted Harley's wedding to look like. And that's something that's not always easy to accomplish. The game has limitations and not every item that exists in your head is going to exist in the game. However, the primary packs that I used were My Wedding Stories, romantic garden stuff, cottage living, and a little bit of city living with those rose petals all over the floor. And I think that it came together really well. It is just such a beautiful space, and I'm so excited to have Harley and Taylor get married. And while I am recording this little speed over, I'm happy to give you a little life update. I am sticking to my routine of uploading twice a week. I've only done that. This is week 2 of me doing that, and you're getting the rhythm of my posting schedule now. Is I want to post every single Thursday and Saturday. So that is my posting schedule. That's what I try to stick to. It's going to largely be LPs, but sometimes I'll throw in a speed build video, which, by the way, I use this little like planter thing. I'm forgetting which pack that's from, that I normally wouldn't think to use as a centerpiece, but I think works really well for the overall aesthetic of this. And then I saw these like Realm of Magic lights that I just put behind all of the shrubs and bushes to give it that pink ambiance. I will switch to night mode a little bit later in this video so you can see what it looks like, but really at this point I'm adding the final touches before I switch over to night mode and make sure that the lighting at night is what I want it to look like, because Lord knows weddings are still pretty buggy. I anticipate that I will get pretty frustrated as I'm playing Harley's wedding, and that we will be on this lot for a very long time. And besties, as soon as I finished building this lot, I immediately jumped on a call with my friend and I was just FaceTiming her, but I realized that I meant to add like an outhouse or a bathroom to this lot. It's not a very big lot, so there wasn't a lot of room for me to do that, and then I totally forgot to do that. So what I will go back and do is get the tool mod, get an outhouse, and then put it technically on the outskirts of the lot so that guests still have a more accessible place to use the restroom, and I don't have my Sims going like waving their hands and saying that they really have to use the bathroom or accidentally peeing their pants on their wedding day. We are going to avoid that. But speaking of the wedding preparation, in the background I am now fleshing out Taylor's family and friends, because I really want this to be a big deal. It's not often that I will play with weddings in my LP, which, by the way, if you are new here, hello. I have 2 LPs currently going on my channel. I have Whimsy Stories and I have Family Dynamics. But things like university and weddings are just challenging. I imagine they're going to happen once in a blue moon, maybe a couple of times throughout the generation. So I want to make this a big deal for Harley because I don't see myself doing this very often. But do you know how when Simmers play like legacy challenges, they'll build a graveyard, which I will do because hello, the scary season is coming up. There will be a family graveyard, but I also want to have a family wedding venue. Something like a few generations down, the next Sims who get married will be like, oh my gosh, my great-grandmother or my great-great-grandmother got married here, and this is what I want to do. As I was building this, I also realized that I do have custom content in my game. I knew that with like CC and stuff for like dressing your Sims and cast, but I didn't realize I had built CC in there, and at one point you'll see me like add balloons and then take them away. I have like a baby shower pack, which is so exciting because at this point Harley has pretty much completed all of her legacy challenge rules, so I am going to have her and Taylor get pregnant at the same time. They're going to have like science babies and have like a little baby shower, and by default your Sims just bring the baby home when you have a science baby, but there is a mod that exists that allows your Sims to decide whether or not to be pregnant when they get artificially inseminated. In this case, I'm hoping that the RPO mod will be updated by the time that we get to that point, so I can play with more of what that looks like and kind of the IVF journey for Taylor and Harley. And now we're officially in night mode where I am checking out all the lighting, and y'all, this garden is even prettier at night with all of the lights and how it's set up. You can see I have the sweetheart table at the center of the room, and this is genuinely just a space that if you invited me to your wedding and it was here, I would think it was pretty cool. And the great thing is we don't have to worry about mosquitoes because I didn't place any down. I just placed down fireflies, which are those squares that you're seeing on the ground with like the firefly image. That's not what it looks like in live mode. In live mode, those actually become fireflies and they kind of just fly around that general area and light up the garden that way. But that brings us to the end of the video. Thank you for watching. Bye.